Golfers, do you suffer from constantly buying new golf gloves?
All the time.
Does your golf glove get sweaty, crusty, or torn?
Over and over again.
Well, the innovative new Claw glove might be for you. The Claw will outlast, play cooler, and grip better than traditional leather gloves.
Side effects may include more greens hit, big payouts from your buddies, and in some cases, shooting your lowest round.
I have the power to lower my score with Claw Glove.
Go to clawglove.com and see if Claw Glove is right for you.
Look what I just ordered. This trip is going to be great.
Bring enjoyment back to your game with golfknickers.com. Traditional golf knickers in bold colors and plaids, all with same-day shipping. Over 100 different socks and matching sweaters. Perfect for corporate outings, weddings, and special events.
Thanks, golfknickers.com, for making our tournament such a success.
Make your experience memorable.
Best time ever.
Call today for a free catalog.
And welcome back. Bill, I hear feedback from your laptop. All right. We'll roll with it. Big John Quick, along with Bill the Golffather Cuevas, here on Big's Golf Talk, and teeing up on number 10 here. And I'm sick, as I stated earlier. Holy cow. I just caught something here in New Mexico. I think it's allergies. So something I've never had in my life ever until I moved here. Go figure.
You can't figure. We're all dying.
And this segment is sponsored by golfknickers.com, the world's leader in golf apparel. And why not get on the golf course in a traditional way in golf knickers? They have knickers for the ladies, they have knickers for the kids, and they have knickers for the men. Bill and I, we love to go to those golf courses that really represent the traditional golf style in golf knickers, and we love wearing our golf knickers at those golf courses. And even on just the golf courses around wherever we golf at, we love to wear our knickers. It's quite comfortable, and certainly the talk of the golf course. Well, it might help. There you go.
Yeah, it might help if I take off that. I'm back. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I'm excited for the show. We got two great guests that we have, and our first one up. I know you've been excited. You got one of the grips as a promo, and you haven't stopped talking about it since.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill, the Golffather Cuevas, Golf Pride continues to innovate with the new CPX, the softest performance grip yet ever produced by any grip company. Increased softness and tackiness of the rubber compound complements the proprietary design for more traction, enhanced comfort, and better performance. Golf Pride, an industry leader in innovation and sports performance equipment, announced that the introduction of CPX, the company's softest performance grip yet, Bill the Golffather Cuevas. The new CPX, standing for Comfort Performance Extreme, provides superior feel through a combination of extreme softness and exceptional new technology, including the company's first ever raised EXO diamond quilted pattern for players who seek the confidence that comes from the feel of high performance, comfortable grip. The CPX is definitely a game changer. I tell you what, it's a game changer in my game. Bill the Golffather Cuevas, as I have put it on my driver, as we got our media samples, and I put it on my driver, and I'll tell you what, I have problems with my fingers.
Yep.
Especially my first finger on my right hand, which I'm a lefty, so there's a lot of pressure going on that finger. And I tape it up a lot, and to try and keep that finger as stiff as possible. But I will tell you this, out of all the years I have golfed, this grip right here has to be absolutely the best grip I have ever placed on my golf club.
It must be because you haven't stopped talking about it, and you're waiting for our new Tour Edge clubs to come so you can put it on the other ones. It's sweet. I didn't, I got to check it out. I'm looking forward to checking it out. It's a beautiful grip. It really is. I mean, you haven't stopped talking about it, so I'm looking forward to getting to talking to our next guest, see what he can fill us in and scoop us up. You know, this is the first year that we didn't get to see Golf Pride at the PGA show. Neither one of us.
We typically have the man
always have them.
Miller on at the PGA show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will not disappoint because it ain't Bruce Miller.
Nope. This guy's worldwide.
First appearance here on Big's Golf Talk. He is the global man himself.
Global.
The global man.
Global. Yes, absolutely. He's huge.
That means all our listeners that listen to us in the UK, all our listeners that listen to us in the Middle
Ireland, India, and everywhere you want. This guy is huge.
Eric Gibson is the man you want to talk to and get your hands on a set of these clubs. And Eric Gibson, you know, we have the media sample of this, and I gotta tell you, I gotta get this grip, and I'm gonna pay for him. I don't care, you know. This grip is when I said innovation, if there was another word to top innovation, this would be it. Golf Pride really hit a grand slam on this one,
or a hole in one, or an hour trophy, depending on.
No, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So, Eric, you heard all the hoopla that my homie over there on the other side of town is talking about, right? I don't know yet, so I can't do all this hoopla stuff. But I know that we all have all of our Golf Pride grips. Can you tell us what's new about this particular thing that makes it stand out from the rest that you have?
Yeah, so a few things. Number one, I think the soft side of the category often gets a bad rep. Everybody loves talking about MCCs. Everybody loves talking about Z grips. Everybody even loves talking about Tour Velvets, the OGs. But the soft side really is underappreciated. And so when we first came out with CP2, quite frankly, we thought it was going to redefine the expectation in which the soft side of the category was really start to be known for. But we were told it wasn't soft enough. And so we spent the last 2 years coming up with a compound that is literally the softest thing that anybody will feel. A lot of people in the soft side of the category love polyurethane, but everybody understands polyurethane will break down on you. And rubber is where that quality comes from. And so the first thing is this will be the softest thing that you are going to feel in any of the Golf Pride line, first and foremost. And quite frankly, golf is hard enough, so why not be a little bit more comfortable? The second thing that you'll notice is everything about this grip, the texture pattern. So you look at an MCC, you look at a Tour Velvet, all of your texture patterns on those grips are going to be similar to these little interior kind of indentations. But we wanted to look for a sport anytime. So engineering wise, the softer you go, the more different your texture pattern has to be in order to match your performance with the softness. Why? Because the softer it is, the more likely it is to get squishy, the more likely it is to twist. And anytime you've got any sort of significant torque in your downswing, it's just not going to perform. So quite frankly, where did we go? Well, we went and studied BMX bike handles, and we really kind of watched the sport of BMX biking, because BMX bikers are going at a very high rate of speed. They're doing very technical kind of aerobatics, etc. But they have to have soft hands in which to quickly maneuver the bike and the handles of the bike. And if you look at the texture pattern of BMX bikes, they are all exterior raised. And so that's where you have the diamond quilted pattern. So why exterior raised? Because when you have something this soft, we needed to create a pattern in which allowed the majority of the surface area of your hand to firmly grasp onto the grip. That is going to allow both the slower, but even your fastest of swing speeds to feel the true impact of this softness, because of this texture pattern, and it's going to hold up for you. So those are the two big things. You're not going to get anything softer, and then quite frankly, you're not going to see anything out in the market that's got an externally raised texture pattern.
I like the pattern. It looks really cool, and you can see how it changes, so you wouldn't have that twist and the torque inside your hands. You know, everybody has different swing speeds, and we know that, and that's the biggest thing. If it's too soft, is my hand going to turn? It's going to do this.
Correct.
That's really, really cool that you guys did that. Now, does that have? I can't tell because I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Does it have the spine?
If you're talking the Align, no. So what this does have, similar to your CP2 family, CPX already comes in with +4. So what that means is that is the equivalent of 4 wraps on your lower hand. Okay, that is that really controls your throttle and allows you to get a little bit more speed there near the impact. Second thing, we don't really talk about it too much because it's an interior-based technology. But so this cap is your internal control core. So because the softer materials that you have, you've got to have something. Your lower hand near the butt of the club is where the vast majority of pressure from your torque and your downswing comes from. You've got to have a firmer material that can help you kind of stand up to it.
That's
so
awesome.
Just a couple things, but no, this does not have a line yet. So something interesting.
Eric, let me ask you this. I mentioned, some lot of golfers, not just some, but there's a majority of golfers that have hand issues.
Sure.
I think this is something that is going to help those golfers that have hand issues. Does this replace the wrap in your line?
No, not at all. It's a different feel, just quite frankly, and I hate to be so general with that, but that feeling of a wrap and just understanding how some of those layers of the wrap and where they land when you're gripping the club as it relates to kind of the pads on your fingers. This is going to give you a much more connected feeling because when you grip this club, your hands are really going to get into that diamond quilted pattern. And John, if you're feeling that with your driver, I mean, that's the club in and of itself in which you're going to feel it the most. But no, it's not going to replace wraps. And quite frankly, it's not necessarily, I love hearing about people that have hand issues, but quite frankly, there's such a misconception about the value of simply being comfortable on a golf course. And that's where, and I know tour has an effect. I know the MCCs are sexy because there's a bunch of different colors, but there's a firmness to those that are just underappreciated of why they're so firm. And I think everybody is just naturally gravitating to those. It's like, oh, well, because I want to swing fast, I need a firmer grip. And that's just not the case. With CPX, there is so much value in just the wear and tear that your hands go through, whether or not you have hand issues or not.
Yeah.
There's just wear and tear on your hands that there's an underappreciation that we're trying to right that ship of just being more comfortable. And it starts with a soft grip. The problem is we are bumping up against a history of soft, which has broken down, it's twisted, it's felt squishy. And so it's really kind of gotten the old timer, vibe to it, which we're trying to kind of reset that expectation with CPX.
I like it. Go ahead, Biggs. You go first.
What kind of time went into the R&D for this before it came to market?
So the compound in and of itself alone was about 2 years.
Wow.
Then once we had the compound, we spent probably another year studying BMX, looking at and having discussions with individuals, which really kind of led to this diamond texture. You then probably had another 6 months of actual kind of consumer testing to really kind of validate kind of the value proposition and what we're bringing to market. So, boy, it's hard to say that it wasn't probably another good 3.5 years.
Just giving our listeners an idea because, it's not like you guys sit in a boardroom and say, we're going to do this new thing just to sell grips.
Do it.
You guys do some serious R&D before it actually comes to market.
No,
quite frankly. And that's why, if any of you or anybody of your listeners are ever in Pinehurst, come stop by the Global Innovation Center. It is a new facility. We've been here a couple of years now. But, to your point, I think there's a lot of unknowns about really how a grip comes to the market. And for so long, we have been very disconnected from, our commercial, our marketing organization, from our R&D and engineering. And now in the Global Innovation Center, we're all under one house. And frankly, we can have a prototype ready in a matter of days now with the capabilities in which we have here. And so it's really been kind of incredible, and anybody can understand from the innovation standpoint, speed to market wins.
Yeah.
And so now with the capabilities that we're building out, it's really only going to kind of increase our competitive advantage.
Now, my question, basically, and you touched on the consumer testing and stuff like that over the 6-month period that they try. Normally, we always tell people change your grips, and that's because most people put them in their car, leave them in the car, and don't take them out, and they get rotted and all other stuff, and then blame it on the manufacturer and not the fact that they didn't take it out of their 900-degree car. So during your testing, did you find that the softer grip with your new technology, I know that was one of the points that you talked, you didn't want to come out with something that was going to break down, was going to be this and that. Did you find that the average usage of each of them, that, like, say somebody we use our driver, we might use our wedges, some of the lower 5, 6, 7 more than others? Have you found that the time frame within changing them is relatively the same as if you had the harder grips, the ones that are proven to last a little bit longer if you take care of them and clean them?
Yeah, so for us, it's less about the time difference, because naturally rubber, the way that we built these grips, they're all going to be similar in terms of duration. But really, where the education comes in is how you can visually start to tell. So I'll give you a couple examples. So go to a Z grip or a True Velvet cord. When you start to see a little bit of the cord fray, is when you know that it's starting to break down and it's time to regrip. All right, so then go to your MCC or Tour Velvet. Anytime you kind of look at it sideways and you could start to see the shine on predominantly your lower hand, that's when you know it's going to regrip. On a CPX, you're going to see in some of your high pressure patterns, you're going to see right here where your lower thumb goes right in the middle. You're going to see that start to indent a little bit. On the right hand where you have your +4, you're going to see some of these raised ridges start to flatten out a little bit. So your time frame is the same, but it's just depending on the family in which you use, it's where you need to look to pay attention.
Perfect.
Is there any special grip care that versus a cord or versus anything with rubber? Is there a special kind of care that people should take notice to?
Man, good old fashioned soap and water.
Just like the rest. Wipe them down after you use them.
Yep, exactly.
You keep them nice. I like that. I like that you still have you have the capability on your own to say, okay, here's my time. See, guys like me and him, I change them every season. You know. And when I played 130, 140 rounds a year, I would change it more often, especially the clubs that I used the most. But, for now that we're getting into like seasonal golfing 30, 40 rounds, you know, you take care of your stuff and you take them out and you wipe them down like you should. They should last a season for most people that are playing.
I'll tell you what, we just got finished signing a new contract with Tour Edge, and we're about to get our new clubs and stuff like that.
That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the new ones. I'm seeing, and he's.
I am taking off. It's a brand new grip on those clubs. I know, and I apologize ahead of time, but I'm taking those off and I'm putting these on.
That's all he's been doing is talking about those grips for days. So as soon as
we appreciate it.
We gotta get them on. So
yeah, we're excited about it.
No,
compared to the rest of your line, how does the CPX fall in retail wise?
So from a price point standpoint, it's really going to be right in the middle of the families. So your MCCs, your Align MCCs, your Z Grips are still going to be, top of the food chain, if you will. These are going to be right in the middle. It's going to be pretty comparable to your poly material with a little bit more premium on it. Obviously, we feel like with our brand and quality and expectation that comes from our brand, there is a little bit more of a premium that we can command in the marketplace. So it's going to be right in the middle of the families. Depending on where you are, it's going to be in between probably $9-10 a grip.
It's not bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing about Golf Pride grips is they don't pay any tour player to play with with those grips. They choose to play with them. They don't have any official staff players on their company. Every grip that you see, every Golf Pride grip you see on TV is because of them using it themselves.
I got a quick question before we let you go, Eric.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, but can you say you are the number one grip on tour?
Oh, well, I'll do you one better.
Okay, hit me with it.
We have the largest market share of any brand in golf on tour.
That speaks volumes. And they can go get more because you know what, Eric, on Big's Golf Talk, you are number one.
Well, we appreciate it.
Always have been, always will be. Nothing compares, man. When you got the best clubs, you got to have the best grips. And like he told you, as soon as they come, and put them on. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. We got to show love to what we love. So we appreciate you, Eric. I know we're running short on time. Thank you. Sorry about the mix up a little bit earlier. That was
good, fellas.
All right, sir. Thank you so
Eric,
much.
thank you so much, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Good
More
luck.
Big Golf Talk coming your way right after this.